Okay, we're going to work with SPSS today. We're going to work with the nature data set. This is the raw data in front of you here. Data view, and then on variable view gives you a list of the variables that are contained in the data set. And the one we're going to be focusing on is B2B, number of same-day trips to natural areas. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a group frequency distribution. So first thing I'll do is I'm going to look at my data. I'm going to run a frequency table. I don't want any charts. I can add a bar chart. And I want to see what does same-day trips to natural areas look like. Variable B2B, I can see it here in these square brackets. Bring it over to the variable list is active. I'm going to be running frequencies for. And then I run it to take a look at the data. Okay, so I have a range of values. 824 people took one trip, and I have up to 700. So one person took 700 same-day trips to a natural area within a year. And here's what the data looks like in a chart. This is obviously too many rows of data to put into my report or my PowerPoint presentation. Now I have to break it into a group frequency distribution, and looking at the cumulative percent, the far right column, I can see that roughly 83% of the respondents of the 10,000 or so in this data set had 20 or fewer same-day trips to a natural area. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to go in groups of 2. So I'm going to group together 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, then 3, 4, then 5, 6, then 7, 8. And then I'm going to stop at 20. And then I'm going to say anything over 20, 21, which would be 21 and over, just put into its own group. So I'm going to do a recode so that I can create a much more attractive table. Okay, so here's the steps that you take. So transform, recode into a different variable. And the variable that I want is same-day trips, B2B. This is the list of available variables. This is the variable I'm going to change. So I want to change the numeric variable into an output variable, which is a new variable, and I have to give that new variable a name. So that's what that question mark is for, and I'm just going to call it B2BR, recode. And then if I press the button change, there. So I'm going to take the variable B2B, I'm going to recode it into a different variable, B2BR. Then I select the old and new values. Okay, so this is the translation table. So I'm going to say if the old values are 1 or 2, recode it into a 1. Then I do add. Then I got 3, 4 as recoded into a 2, 5, 6, recode that into a 3, 7, 8, recode into a 4, 9, 10, recode that into a new value of 5, so it's kind of like ordinal data, 12, and then 6. If you want to, you can slow this down, or pause it and work your way through. Nice thing is I can go at a good speed. I hope I haven't made any mistakes. And 19 and 20. That becomes 10. Okay. Now I'm going to have a catch-all, so any value 21 or greater, I'm just going to group into a new value. It's going to translate into 11. So range 21 through the highest, I'm going to call 11. Okay, so this is the recode. So any value in the B2B that's a 1 or a 2 is recoded into 1 in B2BR, and that's the translation table down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then I add my last one. 21 through highest is 11. I go continue. And then I click OK. And now, if I do my descriptive stats frequencies, I won't be doing it on B2B. I'll do it on B2BR. And I'll run it. And looks good. So 83% are lower than 20 or lower. And here's my nice chart. This looks a lot better, but the only problem I have is I haven't given value labels. So what does a 1 mean? Well, a 1 means I've grouped together those that have taken 1 or 2 same-day trips to a natural area. So my next step is to add my labels. So I go to variable view. This one doesn't have anything, so I'll change this. I'm going to copy it, same-day trips. So control copy, control V, and then I'll just say recoded. So that just changes the name of the variable. Got to change my value labels. This is a bit, so a 1 was a 1 or a 2. I give it a value label. 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 11, 12, 7, 13, 14. Then I can stretch this down so we can see them all. 8, 15, 16, 9, 17, 18, and then 10 represented values B2B that are between 19 and 20. And then my last one was 11, which was greater than 20. Let's say greater than or equal to 21. So that's a catch-all, which I'm fine with in group frequency distribution, because the 83% of them are between 1 and 20. I don't want to, in terms of I want roughly about 10 intervals in my group frequency. If I have a little bit more of 11, 12, 13, that's fine. If I'm down to about 8, I'm okay. But this seems to work pretty good because 83% of the respondents had 20 or fewer same-day trips. I'll have a catch-all of about 17%. They're going to be in that upper group, greater than 21. I go OK. So now if I run my analyze descriptive frequencies, I'll have a nice title for my chart. Number of same-day trips to natural areas recoded. Nice. And then I have my good value labels here. So whereas before I had 1, 2, 3, which was just the actual values, I had no title, just the variable name. Now I have the value labels for each of the columns, and I have a title to the chart. This is in SPSS. I would typically take this data, this table out here, and I'd put that into Excel and generate a table in Excel. So that is group frequencies and how to create them in a very controlled way. SPSS does have algorithms they can use to do it, but they're not very tidy and they actually are a bit cumbersome.